Let's take a look at this example. This time we have a circuit which contains voltage source and 4 resistors. We're supposed to find R total, I total and the following voltages. Remember, if we talk about the series circuit, formula for R total is nothing else, just the sum of all resistances in the circuit. So I have R total is equal R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4, which is equal 10 kilo ohms plus R2, which is equal 16 kilo ohms plus 8 kilo ohms plus 25 kilo ohms. This is equal 59 kilo ohms. Please always write formula first. Even if the problem is very simple, it's always good to write the formula first. It is going to make you remember the formulas. Next, we're supposed to find I total. Supposed to realize that this is a series circuit, and in the series circuit, current at every single point of the circuit is the same. That's why I'm going to write KCL for this circuit, which simply is I total equals I R1 or I1 is equal I R2 and is equal I R3 and is equal I R4. If you want to find the total current, simply divide voltage source over R total, where voltage source is equal 200 volts and angle of 30 degrees over R total, which is equal 59 kilo ohms. This is equal 3.39 milliamps and angle of 30 degrees. So this is the current which will go through each resistor. That's why I'm going to write that I total is equal the following currents, and this is equal 3.39 milliamps and angle of 30 degrees. Okay, so this is my current in the circuit. Next, I'm supposed to find voltage VA, VB, VC and VD. So my voltage VA, I'm going to make over here, I forgot to add this. This is my VA. This is going to be my VB, and this is my point C. Next, we're supposed to find voltage across these 2 points, I mean between point A and ground. Okay, so I'm supposed to find voltage VA. Voltage VA, as you can see, is the voltage across the voltage source. So that's why I'm going to write that VA is equal voltage source. And voltage source is equal 200 volts and angle of 30 degrees. Next, I'm supposed to find voltage B. Okay, in order to find voltage B, you're supposed to realize that we can use Ohm's law or we can use voltage division law. I'm going to use voltage division law. By finding the voltage drop across these 2 resistors, I'm going to simply find voltage between point B and ground. How I can do that? Let me show you. VB is equal voltage source, I'm going to use current division law, times the resistance of these 2 resistors, I mean R3 plus R4 over R total. Okay, this is going to be equal voltage source equals 200 volts and angle of 30 degrees times R2 plus R4, 8 kilo ohms plus 25 kilo ohms is equal 33 kilo ohms over R total, we found R total is equal 59 kilo ohms. This is equal 111.86 volts and angle of 30 degrees. This is voltage at point B. In other words, this is the voltage across these two resistors. If you are going to use Ohm's law and you are going to find voltage across this resistor and this one, add them up together, you'll obtain the same value. Next, we're supposed to find voltage at point C. You have to realize that point C is connected directly to ground, and ground has potential of 0 volts. That's why I'm going to say that VC is equal 0 volts. Next, we're supposed to find voltage BA. This is the difference between voltage B and A. Simply subtract from VB, VA, where VB is equal 111.86 volts and angle of 30 degrees, we have to subtract VA, which is equal 200 volts and angle of 30 degrees. This is equal 88.14 volts and angle of negative 150 degrees. This is the voltage between point B and point A. Next, I'm supposed to find voltage between points C and A. So if VCA is equal VC minus VA. VC is equal 0. We got VC over here. And VA is equal 200 volts and angle of 30 degrees. So VC is equal 0 minus 200 volts and angle of 30 degrees. This is equal 200 volts and angle of negative 150 degrees. So we found R total, I total, and all voltages, so we can say that the problem is solved.